Never really thought I would take it this way. Never really thought that I would go in the direction that I'm in right now. So I'm here to say I pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to break away from the game, do what I gotta do to help relieve them from this pain. And I pledge allegiance to do everything I can for all the service members fighting overseas in foreign land. And I pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to break away from the game, do what I gotta do to help relieve them from this pain. And I pledge allegiance to do everything I can for all the service members fighting overseas in foreign land. Once clouded from thoughts of fame, I lost myself in the game. Forgot why they all know my name, but no longer will I refrain from helping my fellow veterans by spitting lyrical medicine. They say my music's heaven sent. I told the boys that I'd make it, then I told my fam I'd never fake it, then I told them I would kill it for my warriors overseas in the sandbox bacon. I'm back now, no backing out. Watch them stand in my shade like a black cloud till they knocked out like Pacquiao. Only difference is I kill them in the first round. Now tell me please, who better than me with an ice cold flow and delivery? And I'm positive and negative in a good way, like a battery. These black rappers aren't mad at me, cause I keep them more real than they'll ever be. Never thought in their life they would ever see that boy Stephen Hobbs on NBC. The same kid that they used to doubt, 10th grade got kicked out. The principal said that I would never make it anywhere. I wish I could see that dude right now. Yeah, so listen up, never let nobody say that you ain't enough. Go hard every day, no matter what. No calling in, no giving up. Pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to break away from the game, do what I gotta do to help relieve them from this pain. And I pledge allegiance to do everything I can for all the service members fighting overseas in foreign lands.
And I solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and will obey the orders of the president and the orders of the officers appointed over me. Yeah, so help me God. Check. So we fighting wars in foreign lands. We pray to the Lord cause according to plans it's a hostile area, but we're more advanced. Plus I got a nice life and a gorgeous family. Truth of the matter is I'll never quit. Next year rolling in a better whip. Top down cruising with the ocean view on the I-5 North, and I'ma let it rip. And my daughter gonna be going to a better school with a safer campus when she ride the bus. Cause freedom ain't free, so I'm here to defend it. I'll give my life, that's what it costs. Cause I give it my all, that's not enough. Then I pray to the Lord cause in God we trust. But I've never been the type to say his name in vain, cause he felt the pain and he died for us. And we got a spirit inside of us, got the heart of a warrior. Pride driven, so we fight and we kill in spite of us. This is still God's land, so I give him my word. This is my word, many before us, but this is my turn. This is my war, freedom is earned. I look at my daughter, I do this for her. And I pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to my soldiers who need it, all the Marines who need it, airmen and sailors who need it. And I pledge allegiance to break away from the game, do what I gotta do to help relieve them from this pain. And I pledge allegiance to do everything I can for all the service members fighting overseas in foreign land.
Wasn't a new one, but it's probably a new one for some people. And that was a older one from Stephen Hobbs and featuring Jay Deuce called Pledge Allegiance. That I thought would be a good one to start today's show off with. It gives a good insight to veterans mentality. But well, I'm struggling to get my live stream going from Facebook, and while I let a few more people get time to get in here, I'm going to go ahead and run a second track. It's called Harder. It's one of my favorite ones. It's Harder by Jay Deuce featuring Soldier Hard.
Seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trust tries to bring me down. Yes, that's just life. Every step I take is in stride. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find a way. J Deuce, check. I used to get excited, you know, from got me ignited. It's like when I decided, recruiter had just invited me over. He told me that I was perfect, said everyone had a purpose, but only few and proud could fight insurgents. And I proceed to tell him the streets will make me a felon. I need to get out of town right now, sooner the better. So I signed the dotted line, party with some friends of mine. Had my little going no way, cause I was out of time. Time to make my mama proud, flying San Diego bound. Touchdown, met my drill instructor with his round brown. Up, down, push, as the weakness leaves the body. Love the pain, love the training, hand to hand was like karate. Love my M16, matter of fact, that was my first love. Miss Expert by 2 points, man, that was the worst love. Boot camp, cause truth is 13 weeks will fly by. Graduation standing tall, pride was sky high. And since then, it's getting harder and harder. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder. Every day, it's getting harder and harder. The price I pay will be in the heart. It's getting harder and harder. Every rank, it's getting harder and harder. Yeah, to find a way. Yeah, yo, and I'm not really complaining. I'm saying I'm staying loyal, simplified, do or die, and I would die for this here soil. Always staying faithful, though it's painful cause they spoiled. We got mothers of America embarrassing and destroying everything that we worked for. War after war, now it seems like the new motto's hardcore, no more. I remember E4, I was laying on the floor. Initiation didn't stop until I made it out the door. But the same ones pinning me was the first in defending me. They would be the first to protect me from the enemy. Training didn't bother me, my sergeant, he was proud of me. From that day on I learned the true meaning of camaraderie. But now it's all politics, hippies and ecologists. Safety stand down, PowerPoints, and I hate all of it. We kick ass and take names till the media gets in. I love wearing the uniform, but lately it's just been harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder. Veterans too, it's getting harder and harder. Every day, it's getting harder and harder. The price I pay will be in the heart. It's getting harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder. To find a way to cross the sky. Every day goes by, gets harder and harder. You're dealing with the vid, life's darker and darker. No love for a veteran, respect at the low. Every question we all asking, they be like, I don't know. Non-profit organizations, they around to use us up, pretending they all care, but all they want is more bucks. The medication we all getting, no charges, all free. The side effects is suicidal. Do they wanna off me? No one listen when we speak. We ain't important anymore. We was an asset back then, but thrown away after war. It's kinda like we ignored. Life is not like before. I'm sick of asking all these questions. Pretty soon I'm kicking doors, grabbing on their throats, screaming loud, help me please, don't make me your enemy. I just want a better me, but it's hard when you don't see or even listen when we speak. It's just hard, it's so hard, it's even harder to breathe. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder. Every day, it's getting harder and harder. The price I pay will be in the heart. It's getting harder and harder. Every rank, it's getting harder and harder. Yeah, to find a way to cross the sky. It's getting harder and harder. Harder and harder. Harder and harder.
All right, so can't get my live stream going for some reason. Come get a little special, but that's all right. I'll get it going. Let's see who's going on the Facebook feed because I am still on there, and looks like hopefully everybody's on my Facebook because there's nobody on screen. So today I just wanted to touch on a few things that have been going on. I think with Veterans Day just passing by, a lot of people were having some mixed feelings, mixed emotions. I know I personally have a weird thing about Veterans Day. I don't really understand it myself. Like Duke says, I joined for my own reasons. I left home. I felt like I did it for my own reasons. So when people come up and thank me for my service, it's always kind of a awkward thing for me, I guess you could say. I don't know how some of you guys feel out there, but I know I don't really ever know how to answer that one because I feel like I did it for myself. I did it to get myself out of my own situation and make a way out of Stockton. But then once I left, all I could do was think about Stockton. So that's why I wanted to come back and help give back, which is what I've been doing. So I figured I'd take this time to kind of explain a little bit about who I am and what I have done around here lately, because I know I've been gone for a while. So I mean, I was gone for about 12 years serving. I was a 19 kilo in the military, was on tanks, made it go boom, and I employed the invasion of Iraq right out of basic training, and been rocking ever since. And I just keep it rolling. I keep having fun and keep it going. So until I can get this, Facebook feed up and going, so I could get some more interaction with you guys going. I got back and I started going to the University of Pacific. Yay, right? Yeah, I don't fit in at all. If you can see me right now with all the tattoos and everything, I'm sure I got enough cameras in here to say I did things a little differently would be an understatement, that's for sure. And there's so many mice in here. If you guys can see all the equipment I'm working with, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. Let's see. I got something on my Facebook. Thanks, sir. I get a thumbs up. You're very helpful. And yes, last night you guys seen my Jeep. It's great. My Jeep got me here. My Jeep got me out of the hole. If you know me, you know I take fun routes. What can I say? I like to adventure. So that was it was a bit of an adventure. My boy Marv, he was there for me though. Thanks to everybody else who didn't answer. Appreciate it. Just showed me Marv had my back even more. All right, let's see. I think I'm getting closer to getting this broadcasting going on Facebook though. Check me out. Learning stuff. No, see, that's not what I wanted though. But so if anybody's got anything they want to touch on, just bring it up. You guys know how to get a hold of me. You guys can call in. I can put you on the air. But if not, I'll just go ahead and go in with some of the topics that I know I've personally been dealing with lately, as far as being, let's say, distant or too busy sometimes. I think us vets, we're used to running on such high up-tempo schedules, and we run so fast so much. And like you always hear us say, we do more in the morning before most do, or we do much more by lunch than most do in a day. It's because we don't stop. We keep going. We're constantly moving. And I think sometimes that is because we're trying to live too many lives. You know, I feel like some of the guys that we lost, we feel like we try to carry their life for them. You know what I mean? We try to live the lives that they gave up for us. And, you know, we don't have to. You guys got to remember that. We don't have to. That's not our burden to carry, you know? And sometimes it's almost selfish to think, you know, it should have been you, or, you know, you're taking that person's glory, you know, in my opinion. Because that's an honorable way to go. I feel like once you get back, you kind of don't have that one. On the topic of, all right, so I just got a message. On the topic of when people come up and, let me log in. It says, on the topic of when people come up and tell me thank you for your service, I just turn back to them and just say, thank you for your support. Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest way to handle it. That's usually, if I'm in a decent mood or, you know, just not angry, that's usually what I'll say, or I'll just kind of, you know, tell them thank you. But I just don't understand it. I don't know. It's almost as like the Thanksgiving holiday, but don't get me started on that, because then I'll have us. Oh yeah, we'll be in an upheaval. I know I'm almost figured this out. I've done it before. I went live before. I know it's just a stream key. Just using this Apple, trying to figure out all the new buttons. And I can't hit it with a sledgehammer and fix it like I used to my tank. So while I finish this, I give you guys another track that I like. This one's got Nobi and Cousin Bank. It's called It's Just Life. And yeah, this is pretty much how it goes. Let me go ahead and restart this one. Oh, that's not it. It's just life. Here we go.
Seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. Guess that's just life. Every step I take is in strife. Me against the world is a hell of a fight. Guess that's just life. It seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. Guess that's just life. Every step I take is in strife. Me against the world is a hell of a fight. Guess that's just life. Yeah, but still I rise and still get it though. I got few yeses and heard and got plenty no's. I was going down fast like a runny nose, but I'm known to keep it going. That's just how it goes. Yo, I never cared if the door was closed. I bust a roadblock open, yeah, on my own. Fake friends everywhere, every state I roam. But like a king, I sit alone, yeah, on my throne. Put me in situations, I'll be in the zone. Outwork anyone you think I got a clone. Yeah, my revenge is called success. I move it solid, hard to read like an LES. Fake is not an option, not a trait I possess. But I'm possessed for my progress, feeling blessed. Yes, I must confess at times I'm impressed. I stay sharp, creased up, military press. It seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. Guess that's just life. Every step I take is in strife. Me against the world is a hell of a fight. Guess that's just life. It seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. Guess that's just life. Every step I take is in strife. Me against the world is a hell of a fight. Guess that's just life. It's only real shit out of your stereo. This here my circle the size of a Cheerio. All I ever asked for was loyalty. Anything above that was considered spoiling me. Fake friends must have considered it toiletry. I wanted them dead, but that's the boy in me. I swear I manned up to a new norm, but it's hard to keep your head on tight with loose bolts. A monster with new goals to conquer. Praying hard with the devil giving me offers. These thoughts in my head make me awkward. Visiting shrinks, prescriptions from the doctor. Couple meds from my homies never help, especially when I only see negative in myself. I take it one day at a time and I find myself with my feet in the sand, drawing a line for real. It seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. Guess that's just life. Every step I take is in strife. Me against the world is a hell of a fight. Guess that's just life. It seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. Guess that's just life. Every step I take is in strife. Me against the world is a hell of a fight.
I take 2 steps forward, they're trying to push me right back. I see the 2 big horns of the devil trying to ride my back. Life's not intact, you start fading off with a weak mind and no drive, having fatal thoughts. They give you major props filled with fake handshakes, tell you that you make it to the top and get a fan base. But when you're standing face to face, then you realize that the contract you signed was nothing but a deal of lies. I'm building my life back, I had to take a loss, willing to put it up on the line, and you can name the cost. Long as I'm breathing, there's no way that they can count me out. There is no reason for the people to just doubt me now. I'm counting down the motherfuckers throwing dirt my way. Karma is a bitch and the price is the worst to pay. Sometimes I think about the day I see my clock stopping. You gon' have to take me out, quit, it's not an option.
It seems like every time I turn around, someone that I trusted tries to bring me down. But I guess that's just life.
I just got a caller, but I don't know who it was. So if they call back, then I'll patch them in if they want to get on. But I was still messing around trying to get everything working. But I'll figure that out another time. Let's see, let's go back to my messages. Me neither for a long time until... I don't like all these passwords. That's one thing I don't like about all this Apple. You got to have passwords for everything and codes for everything. They don't take into consideration the guys like me that I can't remember my own phone number, let alone a password. It has to be 19 characters. It can't look like the last one. Time until my son explained to me we did this voluntarily, knowing the risk, and we don't need no one to thank us, but we just say something to acknowledge them. So I grew accustomed to saying things. Well, I mean, it's just the right thing to do. I mean, if they're going to acknowledge you, that's great. Because, I mean, at least they're not being disrespectful. At least they're not being, real rude, or like some of the Vietnam era guys got that was, just blatantly disrespectful. We definitely didn't come back to that, so that's grateful. But people do forget that it's a volunteer army. I mean, I get a trip out of when people protest or they get upset about and they try to, hold vigils or whatever, to get us out of a country or something. We volunteered to be there. How are you protesting our choices? And it doesn't make any sense to me. I know I did it so that my family and my loved ones didn't have to see what war was really like over here. So I would gladly do it again and again. But so why protest back here? Why would you be upset back here about my choice to be over there and do what I'm doing there? Because trust me, you don't want it here. You don't want to see what goes on over there in your front yards. You wouldn't have a front yard. They didn't. That was for sure. All right, let's see. Southfield, Midland. Let's see. Give me a sec. Hello? Hello?
Hey,
Yo, who's this?
Nick Israel.
Hey, oh, wait, what's up? You want to go on air, sir?
Sure.
All right, give me a second. All right, give me just a second. One of my prior lieutenants called in, so let me get the plug for him. This one, and bam, and it should be this one. And you there, sir? All right, how about now? Oh, you know, I bet I gotta take this case off. All right, there. We got you now?
Great hearing your show. I'm glad it's pretty cool hearing you on the radio, and I'm proud of you for having the show.
Well, thank you. You wouldn't imagine that after my Fort Irwin experiences, would you?
What's that?
I said you wouldn't expect that after my Fort Irwin shenanigans, would you?
Well, you took the punishment and moved on, and you were the most experienced driver in the history of the Army at some point. So.
I don't know. I think there was a couple that outranked me. I know my boy Ant, when he made 7, or when he made E4 like 6 times, he blew me away on that stat. But it was good times. I've always learned to have fun with whatever I did, even if it was my court martial. Hey, I was gonna have fun. I wasn't gonna let nobody or nothing ruin my time. And that's the thing. Too many vets, I feel like they get too down on themselves. Where are you at now? You're getting ready to get out, aren't you, sir?
I'm in Fort Bragg right now.
But you're almost done, aren't you?
I think so. Yeah.
As I say, because I know you never really wanted to stay the full time.
I had a pretty good experience at Irwin, and then after, it's when people say thank you for your service, it's one of the aspects of having a volunteer army is that it becomes so distant from ordinary people's experience. So maybe it's the only time they meet a veteran, and so I think as much for them, it's saying thank you is as much. It's as important for them to just feel like they have a piece of what we're doing, or to show appreciation in some way. So it's not only just saying thank you to us, but I think it's also a way to make them feel good. And of course, we appreciate people's support, because it's hard for people who haven't been in the military to have a complete picture, especially since we don't have a draft army, and it's very limited percentage of the population who's serving.
True, yeah, I didn't think with that, and that goes back to like the fact that the era that they grew up in. You know, a lot of them grew up in an era where the draft was still going on, and people were dodging the draft and everything else. So it was more of a choice back then. You know, like people, they were forced into it in a way, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
We had a much bigger army. Well, when I go home, if I tell people I was a tanker, sometimes I have to explain it's a gigantic armor machine with a big gun on it.
I just go with it and tell them, yeah, we hauled a lot of fuel.
What's that?
I just usually tell them, yeah, we hauled a lot of fuel. Because they always think I'm a fuel truck driver when I say a tanker, like a fuel tanker. So I'm like, yeah.
Well, those guys are important for tankers, too. So.
Oh, yeah, bullets don't fly without supply. I don't forget about you guys. Even as silly as that is. But it's I don't know. So what's on next for you? Where are you going to go with this one after this?
I think I'm going to switch to the reserve. I want to go back to Michigan. So
reserve? Why are you going to play part-time?
What's that?
I said, why are you going to play part-time? Why are you going to go reserves?
Well, if I stay in, I'll just become a paper pusher, and one thing I like about being in the Army is all the challenges, learning and doing new things every day.
Yeah.
And at some point it stops. So I don't want to stagnate. But being in the Army is great. But waiting in the line at the gate every morning, punching the clock, it gets pretty tiresome, like you were saying earlier about. It's great when you're running.
Hello? Alright, just a second. I dropped my phone and that cut the caller, I think. Alright, let me go back. Alright. I'm sure he'll call right back. Hello?
Welcome to Credit One.
Let's see. He'll call back in just a second. It was good hearing from him, though. That was one of my former lieutenants, Nick Israel. Real educated guy. I knew he wasn't going to stay in too long. He caught on too quick for the military. Let's see if we got anything else on Facebook. We'll get another message, voicemail. I need an assistant. Whoever wants to come in here and help me out this one of these days, you guys let me know, man. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and throw on one of my favorites by Panda. And get it back in the right state.
My country says of me. Sweet land of liberty.
Street banger.
My country says of me. Sweet land of liberty. My country says of me. Sweet land of liberty. Try to be a better man, but it's hard to show it. Labeled the veteran, some may say I'm a rope. With these medals on my chest, I wear with pride, but I'm awarded an if in vain. It's stuck inside. See, I know what it's like, trying to survive, getting trained for these moments, but not trained to die. To my family, I'm writing this to testify. Distress increases, my anger just magnifies. Can't understand why you wouldn't wanna listen. Oh, I get it, cause you wasn't there for any mission. I'm speaking out, but you rather hear a politician. I'm reaching out, but you acting like I'm not in distance. I feel non-existent, so I turn to these drugs. I'm getting high like you, I don't feel the love. It's not just me, that's the victim to this mental war. To my country, to the beat, I choose to ignore. Pain in my heart, from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, tis of thee. What can you show me? So much pain in my heart, from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, tis of thee. What can you show me? I can recall some of the times that I've been back, kicking it, chilling with friends from way back, buying plenty rounds of drinks. Welcome me back, but the funny thing is, I don't even feel bad. I got this paranoid sense, watching the door. Anxiety doubles up, I feel far from the floor. Feeling shaky, sweating, but it's cold as ever. Afghanistan in June, but it feels like December. Notice problems, crossing out probables. While I was gone, y'all was out having your barbecue, sipping on your Mountain Dew while I had a Mountain View. How would you feel if none of your friends noticed you? I'm feeling boxed in, cornered, and can't breathe. Could this be a nightmare formed from a dream? It's not just me that's a victim to this mental war. To my country, tis of thee, I choose to ignore. Pain in my heart, from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, tis of thee. What can you show me? So much pain in my heart, from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, tis of thee. What can you show me? I must apologize to the ones that passed away. We try to help a society look the other way. I guess it's fair to say they're acting like they're careless. We the voice behind the pain. Can you hear us?
Or are you lost in your life? What good pay? Sacrifice of freedom just for you to take away. First is our minds, next is our benefits. Gone for many months, but to y'all it's small increments. I can't complain, I love the doors that I did. With all the hurt that took place, I still forget. Dear Mr. President, do you have some time to listen to a community hurting? Please see our vision. Getting treated like animals, scared to be around. Feeding this medicine daily, just to calm us down. It's not just me that's the victim to this mental war. To my country, to the beat, y'all choose to ignore. Pain in my heart from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, to the beat. What can you show me? That I live it. So much pain in my heart from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, to the beat. What can you show me? That I live it.
I think that song does a great job of explaining the state of this country. Sir, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, got him back. Yep, sorry, I had you on cell phone and I had dropped you. Literally had a dropped call, but I'm bump. Still trying to get my Facebook thing going here. You know, it's kind of
fun. I was thinking about one of the exciting things about being a tanker is that you have like all different types of people in one team, and then everybody's got different interests, everybody's got different life experiences, and everyone's doing different stuff. And you go to the field together. You have to stay awake in the tank. You learn about all different kinds of sides of life, all different places in America. It was like a really enriching experience being in the tank with everybody, seeing all different perspectives. And then the best thing is everybody can say whatever they think, and that there's no issues. If someone has an opinion that offends someone else, then you argue it out. There's no hurt feelings, and it's really just a great environment to learn and to I don't know, really good.
I get that a lot. I get people who are like, "You listen to what? You've been to work? Like, you know about Because you're forced to get to know each other. I mean, you gotta get real comfortable in them tanks, especially when you're doing 16, 18-hour guard shifts, and you know you're not really getting off the tank for much. Oh, Sergeant Lohoff, I owe that guy. He pooped one too many times in MRE cans. Right next to me is a gunner, and if you know anything about the inside of a turret, when you got like a 7-foot German tank commander and you're in your little gunner's hole, and you're not little yourself, a whole lot of big up in there. But good times. I remember I had a Sadler gunning for me when I got back from the brig, and I had to load. Sergeant Fuller had a fun one with that one. He was constantly cracking up at me. Sadler couldn't take it. He couldn't do it. He was flipping out. He wanted me to take over the whole time, and I wouldn't do it. But you remember that? Were you there for that one?
Yeah, Sergeant Fuller's just like dad.
Oh, he was dying. He couldn't help himself. It was comical to a degree, but then it became irritating. I took my job too seriously. I loved what I did. You know what I mean? So when somebody would screw it up, it's like I didn't like it.
I got lucky in my first gunnery. I had Sergeant Godey as my gunner.
Yeah,
so,
you got lucky because we primed him. Sergeant Godey just came from a striker unit, and we had to really get him. Luckily, he learned quick because he caught up quick on the tanks. But
oh yeah, he was good.
He was a striker guy. He didn't like him at all. He was all legs. He was too hood. He always wanted to run everywhere, carry everything. No reason to carry everything. Let your weapon carry you. Leave that to the legs. But let's see. Am I getting anything else here? Is anybody else? Nobody else cares. Nobody else is watching. It's just us.
We're broadcasting to Stockton, California, huh?
That's right. This is 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. And then it's KXVS.org on YouTube. But it's kind of pointless to advertise it on the air because if they're not listening to it already, then they're not going to hear it. Kind of doesn't make any sense. Just like most of our holidays don't, but and another memory from Irwin. There was the
post we were on was in such a remote location. There were only a few radio stations that you could get in, but I found out we had a 2-hour block, like once a week at the radio station on post, and so me and the public affairs soldier started doing a radio show there, and we had this idea that do you remember this?
No, I don't remember this at all.
We had this idea like no one's listening, so we would get on the air and we would play like some sappy song with some sappy message from a private to his platoon sergeant saying, I know you're hard on me, but it's because you love me and I love you too. And then we'd play some music, or we'd play just funny, weird stuff. And we found out, like, after a week or so of doing it, everybody was listening because there's no other radio station on post. So when they get in their cars, they already have it on.
It's the only thing you could auto-tune to. I remember there was the one time we were flying through the desert in one of the KXVS, for you guys, it's a civilian on battlefield vehicle. It's beat up trucks that we used to sign out. And if you've heard nothing parties like a rental, then you've never signed out a cop vehicle from Fort Irwin. I forgot why I was telling that story. I hate TBI. TBI sucks sometimes.
It's like Katy Perry or nothing in those things usually.
Oh yeah. We used to smash them, bring them back all squeaking, tire falling off. It's making a weird noise when you shut the door. I remember there was a certain soldier we had that we got stuck in the middle of the mountains. I won't say no names because he's still active duty. But we brought the truck back, and the guy said, what happened to the ignition? He goes, truck shut off. He goes, yeah, I know, your ignition fried. He goes, well, yeah, I know, that's why we had to bypass it. The guy just stared at him. It was, that was a bad situation. Luckily, we left really quickly, and we didn't have name tags on. But good times. Fort Irwin was always fun. At least I always found fun. You guys a little too much fun. But what are you going to do, you know? But I still came back, and when I got in trouble, I set my mind on resilience. I didn't want to be that guy that was solid, that was, he was great, until that time, he screwed up. And then that's what everybody remembered. So that's why I came back so hard, and that's why I kept doing what I was doing. And I mean, you've seen it. The soldiers didn't want to call me private. They didn't want to ask me to do anything or tell me to do anything. They would always come up to me, hey, Sergeant G, could you, like, maybe mop or... I'm like, tell me to do it. Like, it doesn't bother me a bit.
The world's most knowledgeable private.
Well, the first day back was a Class A inspection, and I had a bunch of new sergeants that didn't know me from the next man, and I had Navy awards, and I had no rank. I mean, I looked ate up. Like, I looked like straight stolen valor. That was great, and I know top that intentionally.
Do you miss being in the Army?
I miss being in what it was. I miss my old unit. I don't think this new Army it's too about me and not about us, not about team, my guys, before, my sergeants before, it was, if I asked a question, I would learn real quick that asking a question meant get the tools, because they were going to show me. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to explain to you partially how to do it. No, you're going to do it, whether the tank needs it or not. And they took care of you. They might harass you, they might jazz you. We used to ride the heck out of some of our guys, but we'd be the first ones, like Dude says in one of the songs, defending them too. I mean, we took care of each other. That's not no more. Now when you go in front of a sergeant major or a first sergeant or something like that, the rest of your chain of command's kind of tucked up behind the couch away from you, kind of, yep, he did it. I don't know, he did it. Whereas when I came in, it was, your sergeants were getting yelled at for you, and that used to drive me nuts, because I'm like, don't yell at that man for me. I made those choices. He was nowhere near me. Even if he was, he was nowhere near me. So I could never stand that part, but at the same time, I respected it. And now it's like they're just so quick to fry everybody. They're just so quick to throw them away. Some of the best guys I served with were go to war, go to jail guys. You kind of need those guys sometimes when you're going to war, I think they could do a better job of screening people, though. The guys that went AWOL right before a deployment coming out of basic, I'm like, what'd you expect? This was our job. We had that one kid right there that, oh no, you weren't in Germany. He kept having fainting spells from Coca-Cola.
kept having what, fainting spells?
Yeah, from like Coca-Cola. He said he'd have a Coca-Cola and he would find himself blacked out on the pavement or something. I don't know. Guys,
It's either before or after me. I would have remembered that.
No, this isn't charity. Like I said, my wires are fried. I forget places and times, and I'm surprised I find my way sometimes. I forget where I'm going when I'm driving to the place. But that's all just fun. That's all just from the fun booms. They're just fun memories. But, so what are you looking forward to after this? You know you're going to have a little bit of an identity crisis, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I figure the reserve seems like a pretty good way to keep one foot in.
You're going to go be a rabbi?
You go be a rabbi?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not your cup of tea. Not your cup of chai.
Probably not wired that way, but I like it. So, but some of the work I've been able to do has been really satisfying in the Baltics with the Kurds, and I'm also big advocate of Jewish people's rights to live in the Jewish land, and so I think taking a look at all the other Middle Eastern minority groups that in the Army we've been able to help. I think in my civilian life I'd like to link all of those efforts together and start helping people like Kurds and Assyrians, Chaldeans, and all the other groups in the Middle East who are sometimes the easiest targets for radicals and extremists.
Absolutely. And then when they get back, you know, when I got back here, I noticed a lot of people, why were you talking to that guy? You know, how could you even stand those people? I'm like, what do you mean those people? You know, and they would see me talking to somebody that was darker or whatever, and, you know, they'd call them all just Muslims or whatever. I'm like, well, it's not a people. You know, it's a religion. Ever too, that dude's, you know, Pacific Islander. He's not even close to that. You know, like, so many people confuse they hate over there for no reason. Like, people will just, there's such a sheep culture that people just to hate. You know, it's like, not everybody over there was bad. Not everybody was trying to kill me. Not everybody that was over there was trying to kill me was really trying to kill me. You know, some of them had people with their families, you know, with guns to their head saying, hey, go put this bomb in the street or we're going to kill your family. I'd have done it too, you know, but they did it sloppily. That's why half of us didn't die, because they didn't really want to kill us and they did what they had to do, you know. So, no, I don't hate all of them. That'd be ignorant. But, and Fort Irwin, I think, had a lot to do with that, because I ended up running into and getting to know a lot of them, you know, when we were out there in the box and getting to know some of their stories, and some of the stuff that some of those guys went through was crazy. You know, getting their citizenship and for all intents and purposes, turning their back on their own country, you know, even though it wasn't doing them very well. They pretty much bounced out on them. I was like, we're out, you know, and they, I can't remember that one guy's name, but you remember the old guy from the small town right there, right out east of Eastgate?
Yeah.
He was a refugee from the Gulf War.
Some of these guys, it's easy to have a lot of respect for them, because they really understand what it means to be American. They understand the differences here: individual liberty, being your own master, having freedom, being able to say what you want, think what you want, and do what you want. And they make a conscious choice to move here out of ideological reasons. And then once they're here, they appreciate it. And most of the guys who are working at Fort Irwin, not only do they move here, but they move here and they try to help the soldiers so that they can perform helping the people in the places where they come from. So
yeah, no, the soldiers
inspiring.
That took their time to actually get to know the guys. They would teach you about their culture. They would teach you about things that you would be invaluable for when you're in theater. You know what I mean? There was things that I learned, I know, from our Terps, because during the invasion, you know, we used to get our interpreters by going into places and going, hey, who speaks English? And the guy that responded even just looked. We knew, all right, hey, you understood something. You're our Terp. And that's how it worked for the invasion. So, you know, we met some shady ones that you could obviously tell he was saying nothing like what we were saying. And then there were some that were over-exaggerating it, but that's always okay. You know, and some of those guys we respected. You know, one guy we dropped off, it was the first year after the invasion that they were allowed to practice Ramadan since the Saddam regime had taken over. And there was just truckloads, literally flatbed truckloads of guys with swords and stuff just chanting and yelling, but they weren't acknowledging us. And it was weird because it was like so many people with such aggression. It was like not like we weren't even there. So then if you know what a Shura is and you look into it, and it used to be a very bloodthirsty, ritualistic, stylish, bloodbath looking ritual that they do during Ramadan to cleanse the soul. And basically they cut their foreheads and
Shura, where they cut themselves
and beat the devil out of them or whatever, and the more blood they shed.
Yeah, the Shia festival.
Exactly. Well, we seen that in person for the first time, that they were able to do it after, I don't know, 15, 20 years or something like that. So they went hard on it, and it was eerie. I mean, you could literally hear the blood running down the street. And our Terp were like, hey, we're going in. Like, this is it. We got to go. We're going back in. You know, you should come with us. And he's like, nah, I'm good right here. We're like, bruh, they're going to see you get out of our trucks. You're not good right here. And he was like, hey, a man dies but once, coward dies 1,000 deaths. And he got out of the truck, and we never seen him again. But I got a lot of respect for that man, because you know what? He went home one way or another. You know, he wasn't going to let that stop him. You know, so there's some good people over there. There definitely was. But I don't know, it always cracks me up when I get here and I have people tell me about how they're amazed at how I could not be racist or something, or prejudiced, you know, or have some sort of bias when they do it. I'm like, but why do you? You know, most people can't even tell what they were doing when the towers came down. I know I was late for high school because I remember showing up to my senior year about halfway through and going, hey, why are you guys still here? Didn't you guys see we're under attack? And they didn't know. They still had no clue. So I wheeled a cart in from another room and put it on the TV, and next thing you know, school's out. And so quickly we forget, you know, But hopefully we get the guys out of there, get them a break, and then we'll be ready for our next war.
Yeah, hopefully later than sooner, but can't afford to forget and to think about the feelings we had after 9/11 with everyone unifying. I think that's probably something that would be really good now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think people need to remember, too, though, is everybody always wants to talk about troop withdrawal, but if we give the enemy a place to play, then it keeps them at bay. You know, so keeping our troops in theater sometimes isn't always a bad thing, because it gives them an easier place to attack and willing participants to attack than coming over here. You know what I mean?
We have soldiers in Germany, Japan, Korea who are our friends and allies now, and it's if you think about it, just 60 or 70 years ago we were in total war with each other. So things change and enemies become friends. And
oh yeah. And I mean, I'm not gonna put you in this situation because I know the politics and officer sides don't mix, but I think that a lot of America is going to be shocked with Trump as president. I think things are going to be a lot more different than they believe. You know, I think people were too spun off the Facebook hype and couldn't tell you why they liked Hillary, but could tell you kind of why they didn't like Trump. So I think there was a lot of room for people to be surprised, put it that way.
Yeah, without saying anything political, it's just amazing when you look at the way the media portrayed it. Virtually no one forecasted what would happen, and we're seeing that the reality that we're living in is much different than what we've been seeing on the media.
Yeah, everybody tried to make it sound like it was Y2K again, and then and then he was going to build some great wall of Mexico that was going to like make it a day without Mexicans or something, but that obviously didn't happen. But I don't know. People crack me up. I feel like it's too much of a sheep culture, and I see it every time when I get on the freeway or something. You know, if you stay in the slow lane, everybody's in the fast lane. Why? Because they're doing the speed limit. They're supposed to be in the fast lane, right? Just drives me nuts. And it's like they look at
the passing lane.
Yeah, they look at me crazy as I pass on the right, and I'm like, hey, I'm passing you by the sign that says slower traffic, keep right. So who's wrong?
That's one thing I don't miss about California.
Yeah, I miss that about Europe. Europe, if you get rear-ended in Europe, you're at fault because you were going too slow, and that's like the law. You will get a ticket for going too fast or too slow if you're in the fast lane. Guarantee that.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised though. In like 10 or 15 years, we start having self-driving cars.
Oh, we already do. You haven't seen the Tesla?
What's that?
The Tesla's a self-driving, self-navigating. Yeah, it rolls. Like it drives itself. The lane changes everything. I think if you put the blinker on, it'll do a lane change or something. Or like there's still little things you have to do, but for the most part, it's fully self-operated. You gotta get with the times. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take us out to a song called "I'm Still Here." It's an older one by Soldier Hard, and I'm gonna let that one play out. I appreciate you calling in, sir. I'll talk to you
Thanks.
soon.
It was good talking to you. Good luck with the show. I'll keep listening, and I appreciate you doing the show.
All right, sir. Stay safe.
Bye.
I just had to tell y'all the story of my life one more time. Listen up.
Red Cone 1 Music.
Yo, they try to knock me down, I'm still here. I got a heart like a lion showing no fear. I failed many times in life, but yeah, I never quit. I kept on going like Abraham Lincoln's here. So many people try to say I won't make it. But look at me now, hater. I smile cause I made it. Yeah, I lost my wife and my kids at the same time. I was stuck on the bottom, but to the top I climbed. Rising for the fall, that's help from nobody. I was all alone by myself and nobody. With no money, dirty looking so bummy. Sleeping in my car, homeless for 3 months, homie. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm full of pride. I can't think negative, on the bright side. Life is short, no more shit, no tears. I'm still here, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, yeah, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer. But I'm still standing right here, I'm still here. Still here, yeah, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer. But I'm still standing right here, I'm still here. I'm still here, I did time in the army jail. I did something hella bad that I'm scared to tell. I was AWOL, I left without permission. I was up in the room standing at attention. The colonel asked me, you still wanna be in the army? I told him no, right after court they let me go. The 9/11 hit, I felt hella guilty. I'm such a coward, how dare I quit on my country? Sign me back up, it was hella hard to relive. They wouldn't let me back in cause of what I did. I beg you pleaded, please take me back. Who did it sink? Little once they shipped me off to Iraq. I fought hard and served good, the medals to prove it. This is my life, I give it my all and I love it. I got my honor back, I turned bad to good. And I'm still standing tall like I knew I would. I'm still here, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer. But I'm still standing right here, I'm still here. Still here, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer. But I'm still standing right here, I'm still here. Through all the thick and thin, I keep on driving on. The days of living in the past, yeah, it's daddy gone. And now my mission is to light up the dark and help my folks by the family before I depart. I made red God one, yeah, we live in a dream. Yeah, my kids living back with me, now we a team. Yeah, I'll keep on going, ain't nobody can stop me. I'm going to the top, like I said, just watch me. I'm still here, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer. But I'm still standing right here, I'm still here. Still here, hell yeah, I'm still here. I could've gave up, but hell nah, I'm still here. I'm still here, the greatest sometimes gotta suffer. But I'm still standing right here, I'm still here. Through all the struggles and the pain, I still rise above the occasion, and still I shine. Turn the darkness into light, or the bad into good. Think positive, stay positive, you gon' be positive. Nobody can stop you.
Red Cone 1 Music.
What up? See the stress written all over our face. Keeping on going gets harder and harder. Trying to move forward, getting farther and farther. The veteran suicide rates stay the same. Reality's getting worse, yeah, nothing has changed. I wanna take it all away, but it wanna stay. Get going just like country rain. It's time to depart like Delta planes. No more handcuffs, no more restraints. Loving the feeling, we don't walk alone. We buddy up every time something is wrong. Talk on the phone or show up at your home. Wanna take it all away like yeah, be gone. Wanna pick up on my war fighters and get them up all up on their feet. Feed them all like yo Gonzo do. Uplift them all like my brother Boone. Clothe them all just like Run Style. I'm ready like Record One Music Group. I stay in the booth, speaking the truth. Trying hard just to make it all go away. Though it's heavy on my shoulders, I will gladly hold you up all the weight. Sacrifice for my people's sake. Talk to God, never lose my faith. It's never too late, we could all drive change. I'm being honest, we can take it all away. Make it all go and make it all get lost. 22 is too many lives we lost. Many eyes cry pain against freedom due cost. I'm feeling like we've been double crossed. Loving the feeling we don't walk alone. We buddy up every time something is wrong. Talk on the phone or show up at your home. Wanna take it all away like here be gone. G, we stay at it. For real.
My country says of me. Sweet land of liberty.
Street banger.
My country says of me. Sweet land of liberty. My country says of me. Sweet land of liberty. Try to be a better man, but it's hard to show it. Labeled the veteran, some may say I'm a rope. With these medals on my chest, I wear with pride. But I'm avoiding an infant pain that's stuck inside. See, I know what it's like, trying to survive. Getting trained for these moments, but not trained to die. To my family, I'm writing this to testify. Distress increases, my anger just magnifies. Can't understand why you wouldn't wanna listen. Oh, I get it, cause you wasn't there for any mission. I'm speaking out, but you rather hear a politician. I'm reaching out, but you acting like I'm not in distance. I feel non-existent, so I turn to these drugs. I'm getting high like you, I don't feel the love. It's not just me, that's a victim to this mental war. To my country, tis a thing, yeah, choose to ignore. Pain in my heart, from living this life. So much on my mind, you can see it in my eyes. What can you tell me? My country, tis a thing. What can you show me? Feeling a liberty. Much pain in my heart, from living this life.